All right. So this first topic is about Nanda Maharaj and the Gopa men. They decided to go to Ambikavan. So, Vrindavan has many forests, and one is Ambikavan. And there, so this, so in Ambikavan, they went to actually observe Shivaratri for the fasting. So Nanda Maharaj has gone with all the devotee, all the Gopa men, and as they were sleeping in the night, a big snake or python came and started swallowing Nanda Maharaj. Now, all the Gopa men who had torches with fire in their hand were starting to beat the snake, but it wasn't possible to release Nanda Maharaj from the snake's grasp. And he was being swallowed fully. And you can see here Nanda Maharaj um, is in great anxiety at this point. And everybody was shouting Krishna, Krishna. And so Krishna and Balram came running. And as soon as Krishna came and touched his feet on this snake, um, the the snake just um, you know uh, died, and a beautiful um, demigod or Gandharva came out of the snake. So this is if as you can see when Krishna touched his feet on the snake, this personality came out. Just like if you remember, we discussed the pastime where Krishna pulled the wooden mortar, and when he pulled down those two big fat trees, two personalities came out. Anybody remember their names? Starts with M. They were Kubera's sons, Manigriva and Nalakubera. Okay, so they were the two personalities who came out of the two trees, the Yamala Arjuna trees. They are very thick wood, and Krishna, just by a little boy pulling the little wooden mortar, was able to liberate them. And similarly, when Krishna just touched his feet, this personality came out, the snake died, and Nanda Maharaj was released from the grasp of the snake. This snake is called Vidyadhara, and Vidyadhara was cursed by a rishi because he was making fun of the rishi. Um, as a Gandharva named Sudarshan, he was very, very handsome. But this rishi, because he was very austere and he was always praying to God and not caring so much about his external appearance, when with Sudarshana, the Gandharva, saw this rishi, he made fun of him, and the rishi cursed him to become a big snake, Vidyadhara. So, but all these curses of the rishis are actually blessings, because that allowed Sudarshana to come and witness the pastimes of the Lord and be part of it. And when Krishna kicked or touched his feet on the snake, he got liberated from that body, and he thanked Krishna and went back to the heavenly planets to continue his service there after having witnessed all this nice pastime. So they were in Ambika one. This is by the banks of River Saraswati um, that this incident happened. So Sudarshana, as he came out, he circumambulated Krishna, bowed down, and returned to the heavenly planets. And the Vrajavasis were astonished to see such a sight. Um, so that is the pastime of this snake Vidyadhara. And according to Bhakti Vinod Thakur, who is the spiritual master or the biological father of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So he actually correlates each of these pastimes to some anartha in our heart. And Vidyadhara actually represents the impersonal philosophies that we have, that we are God, or we can become God, we can merge with God, and that's the highest. Having there are philosophies like that in Hinduism that says, oh, if you meditate, you can become God. But those philosophies are destroyed by bhakti, because for a bhakti, there are three main aspects. There is bhakta, there is Bhagavan, and Bhakti. Um, Bhagavan is the Supreme Lord Krishna, and Bhakta is all of us. We are trying to be devotees of Krishna, and Bhakti is the relationship we have for Krishna, wanting to surrender to Him and do everything that pleases Him. And we are not focused mostly on what pleases ourselves or our own senses of touch, smell, taste, or anything. We want to serve the Lord so that He is pleased. So, in that philosophy of Bhakti Yoga, the impersonal philosophy that we can do some exercises and become God is not entertained. So, all such philosophies are destroyed by surrendering to the Lord's lotus feet, and the Lord's lotus feet, when it touched this snake, that got destroyed. So that's what we can learn from this episode. So this happened during the festival of Shivaratri, and next there is another incident that happened during the festival of Holi. So Krishna and the Gopa boys and the gopis were all, shooting colors at each other, throwing nice color powder on each other, having so much fun. And then there was this servant or friend or relative of Kubera, and his name is Shankachuda. So Shankachuda has a jewel on his forehead, and he thinks himself great, and he was thinking, oh, who are these two boys? They have the most beautiful girls in this world. I want these girls. I don't want to these boys to enjoy dancing and being with these girls. And he came, and he forcefully, as you can see in the picture, was taking the gopis away from Krishna and Balram, and they were shouting, oh, Krishna, Krishna, save us. And then Krishna and Balram, when they came there, Shankachuda understood they were playing with the wrong people, and he started to run away. And Krishna, in order to teach him a lesson, went behind him and just punched him, and Shankachuda lost his life. And if you remember, Krishna came to this world to rid the world of all the bad people. So he's removing all bad people one at a time, and Shankachuda was one of them. And Shankachuda represents all this. Um, so let's show here. So Shankachuda, um, Shankasura, Shankachuda represents, sensuality and fame. So that is the vice that he represents. And when we um, welcome Krishna into our heart, Shankachuda like mentality in our heart is destroyed by Krishna. So wanting fame for ourselves, not caring for others, wanting selfishness for me, I, me, mine, those kind of mentalities, a Shankachuda mentality, and that goes away when we bring Krishna into our heart. So Shankachuda, I told you that he had a jewel gifted by Kubera, and he was carrying that in his forehead, feeling very proud of himself. So now that he left his body, Krishna took that jewel, and Krishna did not give it to any gopi, because they each one will feel bad. Why didn't I get it? Krishna is very thoughtful of not hurting anybody. So who did Krishna give the jewel to? Anybody can guess?
Balarama?
Balram.
Yes, Hari Bol, so nice. So he gave it to Balram, and finally, Balramji uh, passed it on to Radharani. So because Radharani is the top.
Fatima.
Yes. So um, So that there ends the pastime of the all the pastimes in the 34th chapter. Now we go into the 35th chapter, where the gopis are singing a song, and Gita means song. So when we say Bhagavad Gita, it's the God song. Bhagavat means Krishna, Bhagavan, Bhagavad Gita. So we already discuss about Bhagavad Gita in a separate topic. Um, Now this is Yugala Gita, where the gopis are singing about the pastimes of Krishna when Krishna goes to the forest in the morning. They miss him so much because he's with his Gopa friends and playing with them and herding the cows and tending to his male friends, but the gopi girls, they're missing him during the day, and they are remembering all Krishna's wonderful pastime and singing this song. So they're remembering how when Krishna plays his flute, all the demigods, so even the devatas in the heavenly planets, they are enchanted and attracted by Krishna's nice flute playing. And then Krishna, what to say of the demigods? Even animals, they are attracted. And then one gopi says it's actually the trees are also attracted. They start blooming flowers and giving out fruits. They are so mesmerized by Krishna's wonderful playing of the flute and seeing Krishna. Just because Krishna is all attractive. So if you think somebody is beautiful in this world, that's just a spark of Krishna's brilliance. So just imagine the all the beauty in the world converging on one face. That is Krishna. Uh, so uh, so Krishna is so beautiful. Anybody who unknowingly or knowingly sees Krishna is so attracted. That's the meaning of the word Krishna also, the all attractive one. So they are describing all these wonderful aspects about Krishna. His dress is so beautiful. Um, and the rivers actually stop when they see Krishna or hear Krishna's flute. And the rocks, they start melting. So they're discussing all these wonderful aspects of Krishna's beauty and pastimes. Um, so and then the bees start swarming, and the cranes and swans, they all are attracted. They come close to Krishna. So um, after that, they're describing about the earth, the non-living things are also attracted. The earth yeah, usually got beaten down by the hoofs of the cows, but Krishna's soft soles of his feet are as soft as a newborn baby. Many of you must have touched a newborn baby, and you see it's so delicate and soft. And even when Krishna was 125 years old, his feet were that soft, and one would think, oh, some thorns or stones might just pierce poor Krishna's feet because they are so soft. So the gopis are all always thinking about Krishna's lotus feet and how Krishna uh, will not be hurt by any thorns. But for devotees, Krishna has the softest of feet. But we know for non-devotees, it can be as hard as Krishna's feet when touching Vidyadhara, he left his body. Krishna stamping on Kalia, all the poison started coming out. So who are atheists and who are cruel and bad people? Krishna's and on the other side, it takes effect where Krishna forces them to submit and become nice. So the way you approach Krishna, that similarly Krishna will give you access to his beauty and the soft side. So um, so they were discussing about Krishna and Yashoda Mai, and this nice discussion is called YugalaGita. Um, so some of the gopis are talking to Mother Yashoda. Your dear son wears jasmine garlands, playing in company of cows and cowherd boys. Gentle breeze, soothing fragrance of sandalwood honored him. Upadeva sing and give gifts to the Lord. Continuously singing about the pastimes of Krishna, and those ladies' minds and hearts absorbed in him were filled with great festivity. So Krishna is described like a festival. Like in a festival, everybody is dancing, singing, making merry. Everybody's happy. So um, that's compared uh, to being with Krishna in his association. So that's YugalaGita. Now we go to the next chapter where there was a demon. It's called a bull demon. So this was another demon sent by Kamsa, and his name was Arishtasura. And Arishtasura took the form of a bull, not just an ordinary bull that's the male of a cow, but this was so big that its hooves, when it was running, was creating earthquakes. And as the hooves were scooping sand, it was making big Olympic-sized pools of sand being removed from the ground. And its little hump in the back was not little, it was so huge, and it was touching the sky. So you can imagine the size of this demon and charging towards Vrindavan. And all the Vrajavasis, their only shelter is Krishna. So they started screaming, "Oh, Krishna, Krishna, come save us from this bull." So Krishna, as you can see, he he took one of the horns of the bull and hit him. And Arishtasura, then when you go to India, you can see the dhobis. They take clothes and put soap and water, and they start beating the clothes on a rock so that all the dirt gets out of all the clothes. So here Sukadeva Goswami is describing just like the cleaners hit the clothes on the rock. Krishna just took this bull and hit him on the ground, and that was the end of this Arishtasura, who was posing a great threat to everybody in Vrindavan. Um, so okay. So then, after killing this bad demon Arishtasura, Krishna entered Vrindavan, and everybody was filled with happiness that they were getting protected. Now, there's a little story in between that's very important. So, after killing this bull demon, Krishna came to play with the gopis, and in the evening, and the gopis, headed by Radharani, said, "No, we're not going to play with you, Krishna, because you're contaminated today." Krishna says, Krishna is the purest person. Even thinking about Krishna or saying his name purifies all the bad qualities in us. So, how can Krishna be contaminated? But the gopis were always pulling Krishna's leg or making fun of him, and they were saying, "Oh, Krishna, you killed the male of a cow, the bull." And cow is considered to be very sacred. So, because you killed a bull, you have to atone for the sin that you committed, and you have to go to all the holy rivers in the world and take a dip in it so that all your sins will get washed away. And Krishna said, "No, that was a demon. He just took the form of a bull. He's not a real bull." But they had nothing. They're not listening to Krishna. They said, "Oh, you just sinned. You have to do this." So Krishna, what did he do? He just stuck his little toe on the ground, and a big pool opened up, and then all the rivers, they started coming by themselves and filling the water into that pond. And that pond came to be known as Shyam Kund. And Krishna jumped in, took a bath, and came out and said, "Oh, I'm all clean and pure now." but you girls, you sided with the demon, so you have to purify and atone for yourself. So you better jump in here and get purified. They said, no way. We'll build our own pool. So they started taking their bangles um, um, and they went to one of those hoof prints of this Arishtasura, and then they started making the hole bigger with their little bangles, and then they decided they'll fill water from Manasi Ganga, which is ways away. They formed a line and they were passing buckets of water, but it was taking a long time and they were getting tired. And then Krishna asked the personalities of the rivers to go beg for service from Radharani. So they went to Radharani and said, "Oh, please, mother, can we just serve you by filling ourselves?" And Radharani said, "Yes." And the water from the holy rivers filled this pond that they were building, and that came to be known as Radha Kund. And it is said that in Vrindavan, the um, m- most auspicious place is Govardhan Hill, and in Govardhan Hill, um, the most auspicious place is Radha Kund, because that is full of the water of bhakti of all these wonderful gopis. So they all took a bath, and Krishna said his favorite pond is going to be Radha Kund, and Radharani said her favorite pond is going to be Shyam Kund. So that story is connected to this Arishtasura's killing. Um, and in the meantime, we know Narada Muni is sometimes said as Kalahapriya, or a person who creates confusion or creates problems. But actually, Narada Muni is forcing things to happen in Krishna's pastime, because he's a celestial messenger, and we know he's the great devotee of the Lord, and he's a spiritual master of even the author of Srimad Bhagavatam, Vyasadev, because Vyasadev, he compiled all the Vedas and he was feeling so despondent and not happy. And he was thinking, I wrote the Mahabharata, I got all the Vedas classified into Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, Atharva Veda, but still, why am I not satisfied? And then Narada Muni, his spiritual master, came and said, you haven't described about Krishna and his devotees and bhakti. And only when you do that, you'll be satisfied. And that's why the Srimad Bhagavatam came we have today, is because of Narada Muni. So Narada Muni is such a great personality. So if anybody tells you that Narada Muni is Kalahapriya, or somebody who creates disturbance, just tell them that they don't know the full story or full context. And seemingly, when you hear this, you'll think the same. You'll think, why did Narada Muni do that? So Narada Muni went to Kamsa and told him, "Oh Kamsa, do you know that actually the eighth son of Devaki is actually in Vrindavan, and your brother-in-law Vasudev had taken this baby at the time of birth. So until now, that was a secret that that Krishna's angel of death Kamsa's angel of death was taken to Vrindavan and swapped with the baby girl there. All those stories were secret, but that was revealed by Narada Muni to Kamsa. And Kamsa was very angry. He was like, I'm going to kill Vasudeva and Devaki right now. And then Narada Muni said, oh, don't do that. Then Krishna won't come here. Krishna will run away. So first, bring Krishna here. First, you take care of Krishna and Balram, and then you can kill your sister and brother-in-law. So, from the looks of it, you think that this is a bad thing that Narada Muni is doing. But why is it not a bad thing? Anybody can guess?
Because Krishna will technically kill Kamsa.
Yes, very good, Navisti ji. So Kamsa was sending all these demons, and it was time for Kamsa being removed from this planet. And Kamsa was giving so much hardships to so many citizens, including Vasudeva and Devaki, for over 10 years now. And it was time for Krishna to come and take care of his biological parents. He was with his parents in Vrindavan, Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, but he didn't spend any time with his biological parents yet, and they were suffering. So it was high time that Krishna wound up his Vrindavan pastimes and came to Mathura. And in order to instigate that, Narada Muni is using this plan to bring Krishna to Mathura. So Kamsa made this elaborate plan that he will put the best wrestlers, and then he'll get the biggest elephant Kuvalaya Pida, and then when Krishna and Balram comes, he put layers of security. So first is the elephant, then will be the greatest wrestlers in the world. And for these 10-year-old boys, they will easily be killed. And then if none of that works, then Kamsa himself will kill them. So this was the plan. And he sent his minister Akrura and said, Akrura, I have commissioned a new chariot for you to go bring Krishna. And it was Akrura was so thankful that he got the service to bring Krishna. He was a great devotee, and he told Kamsa, Kamsa, we can do much plans, but only the Lord's plan will work. So he's indirectly saying none of his plans will work. And being a minister of Kamsa, he took that service, and he was thanking the providence to for him to get that service. He was thinking of himself as a man who is drowning in the ocean, but the waves itself brings the person to the shore. Similarly, he was considering himself very fortunate, though he was not at all qualified. The Lord's mercy was giving his service to go see Krishna in Vrindavan and bring him. So that's happening on the side. And then Kamsa, as a last ditch effort, also sent another demon named Kesi. Kesi came in the form of a horse, and Kesi represents pride in people. So when you think you're very beautiful, strong, and you think nobody's better than you, that's the Keshi mentality. So Keshi came as a big horse, and Krishna, just put his hands in his mouth, and Krishna is like a cool moonlight for devotees, but for this demon, Krishna's hand became like an iron rod, and Keshi left his body. First, Krishna whirled him and threw him, and he went 100 bow lengths away, and then he came back, and then Krishna forced him to leave his body. So, and then Narada Muni came to Vrindavan and told Krishna that it is time to go to Mathura, and then you will build a fort in Dwaraka. So all the future pastimes, Narada Muni is saying it's time for you to um, go marry your wives. You'll save them from Narakasura. So all the pastimes in the future were for prophesied by Narada Muni and told Krishna it is time for you to leave Vrindavan. Um, and then Narada Muni glorifies Krishna. And then Kamsa sends his last demon, Vyomasura, son of Maya Dhanav, um, who came from the sky and was playing with the. First, he came as a Gopa boy, and then when Krishna was not looking, he went and put all the boys in a cave, and then Krishna then found out and killed this Vyomasura and saved all the boys from the grips of this bad demon Vyomasura. And so Vyomasura represents, like, some people say I am God, and we believe them and we go after them. So those kind of mentality is destroyed. It's a Vyomasura mentality that get destroyed with Krishna um, coming into our lives. So that that covers that. And then by the time Akrura had come, This is the last pastime, then we'll go to the Kahoot. So Akrura had reached Vrindavan. So Akrura was so absorbed in going to Vrindavan, and that's the mentality we should have when we visit Vrindavan. He was dreaming and always meditating on Krishna, and he didn't even know where the horses were taking him. He only realized when he reached there because he was lost in thoughts about Krishna, and that's how our mood should be when we are visiting this holy dham of Vrindavan. And so Akrura teaches us how to be like that. And as soon as he reached, he saw the footprints of Krishna, and he jumped out of his chariot and rolled on the ground to take the dust of the Vrindavan, because it is his worshipable Lord's footprints. And yeah, he was so happy that he was able to come to Vrindavan. And Krishna, as soon as he saw Akrura, he embraced him. And then Akrura told Krishna's parents, Nanda Maharaj, that Krishna has to go. He has an invitation from Kamsa, and Kamsa had made a plan that there would be a Dhanur Puja. So just like um, to marry Mother Sita, Lord Ram had to go and break a bow of Shiva. Similarly, this Kamsa had a Dhanur Puja celebration that was the plan to bring Krishna over. The Krishna has an invitation, Nanda Maharaj, and when the king calls, nobody can say no. So that was the reason that Akrura said. But Akrura also told him these are the plans, Krishna, and Krishna was not happy to hear how his parents were being persecuted in Mathura. So Krishna decides to go to Mathura. So we discussed all this, and so having this mood of Akrura is a goal of our life, to be so much absorbed in Krishna. So when Akrura was about to take Krishna, everybody was sad. That's the bhajan we sang today, how Yashoda Mai was sad. And the gopis, they wouldn't even let Krishna go. They started blocking the way, and they were saying, Krishna, you cannot go. And Krishna was saying, please let me go. I have to go. Kamsa has called me. I'll try to come as soon as possible. Um, and this is the songs of the gopis is called Viraha Gita. So the songs of separation they started to sing. And they started saying this Akrura is not Akrura. Akrura means not cruel. Started calling him Krura for taking Krishna. And they were singing Govinda Damodara Madhavedi, Govinda Damodara Madhavedi. And they were calling out Krishna's name to somehow stop him from going. And as Krishna's chariot went away, they waited like a painting, crying and yearning for him. And until the last dust that settled, they were still looking at Krishna's chariot, even though it went away from the horizon. So that's the plight of the gopis at this point. Then Akrura, as they reached closer to Mathura, he stopped at the banks of the Yamuna River, and he went to take a dip to do his Sandhya Vandan, or he did prayers every evening during twilight. And as he entered into the river bank, um, inside he saw a vision of the Ananta Shesha form of the Lord, Krishna as Mahavishnu lying on the serpent, that is none other than Balramji. So they were sitting in the chariot, as you can see in the picture, but as he got into the pond, he actually understood that these two are none other than the Supreme Lord and his close associate, Ananta Shesha. So he had that vision, and he came and then gave prayers to Krishna and Balram. So there ends our class for today, and now we'll go to the Kahoot. Are there any questions?
No.
Okay, so today's pin is you can scan the QR code 4427801. We'll just give Navishti ji a few minutes and then we get started.
Just a few.
Yes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So today, in Johnson's Park, there's a mini Ratha Yatra with Jagannath, Baldev, and Subhadra. They'll have a little chariot, and devotees will be pulling. It's not a big chariot; it's just like a shopping cart. But devotees are currently in Johnson Park, so we are hoping to go there after this class. So looks like Navishti ji has joined. So let's start. Vidyadhara himself states that even though he was a demigod, he was condemned to become a horse, bird, serpent, bull. So Vidyadhara as Sudarshan, what did he become? Yes, he became a serpent or a python. All of you got that right, so excellent. Where did the python Vidyadhara try to swallow Nanda Maharaj? Nidhivan, Madhuvan, Ambikavan, Kamyavan. It is Ambika one. Ambika is another name for Mother Parvati. So Shivaratri time, everybody had gone there to by the banks of River Saraswati. Okay, what was the festival that Nanda Maharaj and other Gopas observing fast in Ambika one? Deepavali, Onam, Christmas, Shivaratri. Yes, Shivaratri. And I said the answer before this question. Okay, number 4. After Vidyadhara got permission from Lord Krishna, he went where? Golokdham, Vaikunta, Vidyadhara Loka, Swarga. Yes, he went to the heavenly planet. Okay. As soon as Lord Krishna's foot touched the python, he turned into Gandharva named Shugriva, Sudarshana, Sudama, Shukha. Yes. Similar to Krishna's disc, the same name Sudarshana was the name of this Gandharva. Sixth question. During which festival Sankhacuda came to take the gopis away from Krishna? Holi, Ugadi, Sankranti, Deepavali. Holi. All of you got the answer, so that's one point for me. Okay, actually 2 points. Sankhacuda was the servant of Dash, Jarasandha, Kuvera, Vidyadhara, Nanda Maharaj. So Sankhacuda is the person with that jewel. And he was proud to be the friend of Kuvera. Yes. Nitinji is now in first place. Krishna took the jewel from Sankhacuda's head and gave it to Dash. Nanda Maharaj, Balram, Ugrasena, all of you got that right. He gave it to Balram ji. Okay, what is the description of Krishna going to grace the cows by the gopis called? Viraha Gita, YugalaGita, Venu Gita, Brahmara Gita. YugalaGita. Viraha Gita is when Krishna was leaving Vrindavan and going to Mathura. That is, Viraha means separation. So good guess there. Whose form did Arishtasura take when he came to Braja? Snake, parrot, whirlwind, bull. So Arishtasura was the bull demon. Good job. All of you got that right. Who killed Arishtasura? Was it Balram, Krishna, Arjuna, or Bhima? Krishna. Very good. After killing Arishtasura, which pond was formed? Pavan Sarovar, Pili Pokar, Shyam Kund, Tunga Vidya Kund. Yes, Shyam Kund. Who told Kamsa that Krishna was actually the eighth son of Devaki? Vasudev, Akrura, Jarasandha, Narada Muni. Narada Muni is the right answer.
It said Akrura on there.
Sorry?
The right answer was Akrura on there.
Oh, I must have did that wrong. I'll correct that. I'm sorry. Which form did Kesi come to kill Krishna? Snake, horse, human, bird. Yes, Kesi was a horse demon. After killing the Vyoma demon, Lord Krishna released all his friends from the underground tummy of demon, caves of the mountain, deadly snake. So Vyomasura was a flying demon. He came as a Gopa boy who put everybody in a cave. Okay, who ordered Akrura to go to Vrindavan and bring Krishna? Was Kamsa, Devaki, Ugrasena? Kamsa. Very good. What form of Krishna and Balram did Akrura see when he took a dip in the Yamuna river? Vishnu on Ananta, Krishna and Balram, Rama and Lakshman, Naranarayana. The correct answer is Vishnu on Ananta Shesha. Okay, let's see who's on the podium. Third place goes to Krishna devotee or Ayana. Second place goes to Navishti Ji, and first place goes to Nitin Ji, and all of you are very close to each other. So all of you are winners for coming and learning about Krishna. Vancha kalpata rupascha kripa sindhupya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. See you all next week. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.